Hi, it's Marissa Mkissa Creations on Instagram, and this is Flosstube number 12. Thank you for joining me. This is a YouTube video that is mostly about cross stitch, so that's why it's called a Flosstube video. Today is Saturday, November 21st. There are 19 days until Hanukkah and 34 days until Christmas. All of that will be very well reflected in the stitching that I'm going to show you. It's a beautiful day here. It's like 55 degrees here in Maine, and everybody's out and about. We've already been to the beach. It's just a beautiful outdoor day. So I've got neighbors doing yard work. I've got weird lighting because of moving clouds and bright winter sun, even though it's not technically winter yet, but our sun is already doing, it's like, so I normally do like a weird main thing at the end of the video, but I'm just gonna do my main thing right now because the sun is showing you the main thing right now. So from Southern California, growing up in Southern California, the sun is like mostly overhead. Like once it's out of sunrise or sunset, it's mostly overhead. Well, here we're so far north that, you know, science, everything that's always like weird to me about Maine is mostly just because of science. It's just something that I've never experienced before. So because of where we are on the globe now, the sun is oftentimes a lot lower, so it'll kind of hang out like not up there throughout the day where it goes like over your head, but really like down along the side. So we have, during the wintertime, sun coming in through our windows like really brightly almost all the time when it's sunny. And it's sunny a lot here, so that's the part of winter here that is beautiful, is that the sun doesn't really disappear for long periods of time. It's not really that gloomy. It's dark when it's storming, but usually like the next couple days, even in the winter time when we have snow, are beautiful, and the sun just kind of like lights everything up. Anyways, so got that main thing out of the way. But I have been working on a lot of Christmas stuff and Hanukkah stuff, but I did touch a lot of my projects, and it's been a while since the last time I've done a video. I think like 3 to 4 weeks. So I've got a few of my regulars to show you that I've been working on, and then I have 5 fully finished and fully finished objects. So I feel like that's like a pretty good chunk of stuff. So let's start with the WIPs. Those are works in progress. So a little acronym for you. It's just stuff that you have been working on, that you are working on, that you have current in your rotation, things that you know that you're going to get back to. If you decide that you're not going to get back to it, a lot of people will put it in another pile called a UFO, which is an unfinished object. And some people will pull those back into their rotations eventually, and they are only UFO'd for a small period of time, and then some people are just like, nope, I'm done with that one. UFO, don't like it, don't like the fabric, don't like this, don't like that about it. It goes away. So the things that I've worked on, I worked on my Ocean ABCs. This is a DesignWorks pattern. It comes as a full kit. I know you can get it on Amazon. I got mine at Joann's, but I got it a long time ago. It was marked down to $13.99, and then I used a coupon for it, so I got it for a killer bargain. So I had said that I was going to try to get 4 squares done on this. I did not. So I did, since the last time you saw, I had to do the back stitch on the lighthouse, so that's done. And then I filled in this block right here of the waves, which I think has the most mistakes in it out of any other like motif in this. For some reason, my brain could like not deal with this. And I took stuff out, I put stuff back in, and that's kind of why I didn't continue working on this pattern. Oh, this is fun with the light, yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. Normally I have amazing light and everything behaves, but I think it's gonna be pretty reflective and weird today. So I apologize for that, but that's just how we're gonna be. I also put some stitches into my Consider the Lilies. This definitely is a piece that I'll say over and over again, and I think almost everybody that's stitching on it seems to say the same thing. Like, it's just a pleasure to stitch on. It like brings you calm. You feel a sense of accomplishment with each little motif you finish, even though this is like a huge project. It is 435 by 363, so it's a giant project, but every time you finish something on it, you feel like you got a lot done, and that definitely is not different for me this week, because the thing that I got done was really large, so then really felt good about it. So, sorry for the delay. All right, so this is what I have done so far, and since you've seen it last, I did this big urn and flower pot. So that really filled in a big piece of blank space for me, and definitely gave me, especially with having the motif under the tree done, I feel like I'm definitely at a quarter of the way done with the project, which is pretty awesome. Sorry I didn't iron today. So again, that is the flower that the little motif that I finished this time. So pretty big, got a pretty big chunk done on that. Again, this project, Beth Twist, is an absolute genius. This is Heartstring Sampleries, designed by Beth Twist, and she just knocked it out of this park with this and with Sparrow, because I was on Sparrow. That's just a phenomenal pattern, and I'm pretty sure it's still available. It may not be available in this big book format. She may have gone down to the half size, because that is her typical chart. And I think that this big book was just market release. So I think once shops ran out of the big book, then she was going down to the half size. I'm not positive though. The next thing I worked on was the Mermaid of Salem Bay. So I'm stitching this with the called for flosses. I've talked about it before, but I am leaving out the words, the Mermaid of Salem Bay. I'm stitching it on the called for fabric, so it has this printed pirate ship on it. And I finally feel like I'm making some headway on this. Again, I didn't iron, because it was either iron or do a Flosstube video, and it was time to do a Flosstube video. So, I've pretty much completed the bulk of her, like the big part of her tail. So now I just like go through the curlicue and then up to her body. So because I took the words out, I did move everything down about 10 stitches to kind of just make it a little bit closer into the ship. I don't know if that's going to change how I can frame it, because the measurements, I don't have the page with me that has the measurements on it, but like it's on the 30 count, I think it's just barely bigger than an 11 by 14 or an 8 by 10. I don't remember which. It's like barely bigger. So I don't know if my move might have helped me be able to get like it into a regular size frame, because that would be awesome, other than having to pay for like Michael's prices to get that framed. So I don't know, I'll figure that out when I get there. It's a problem for future Marissa. Really weird, son. It's this paper. I think creepy. Okay, Long Dog Samplers, Bienvenue. This is my youngest's birth sampler. She is now 3.5 officially. So this needs to be done. And this is, I think this is gonna go back into the Q-snap. I took it out and I didn't, like I said, I didn't iron it, but I did work on it a little bit more since the last time I had it pulled out. I did the butterfly, this little motif right here, and the dog. So I have one more major motif, a couple larger like little ones, and then her name and initials for my husband and myself, my dad, my mom, and then there's another box for my husband's parents' initials up in there somewhere. And that will be that. So I think this is gonna see some work once I'm done with this holiday madness that I'm gonna tell you about in a second here. Did have one more project that I worked on that was not a finish, and that is a peacock, a unicorn, a badger. This is from the Scarlet Letter. It is a big, giant, amazing book with up close, beautiful pictures and very easy to read chart. I picked this up to stitch for Abby Bella Stitch's birthday sal. She was starting this chart as well. I had it started, but I did not have much done. I still do not have much done. I did just pick it up to, and I think I started this for the Imperfectly Perfect Stitcher Heather's birthday. So now I've stitched on this for 2 people's birthdays. It's beautiful and I like it a lot. I don't know, it hasn't been my go-to yet. So hopefully it will get some time again, sort of soon, but so what I worked on, so this needle minder was made by the Imperfectly Perfect Heather, which is what reminded me that I stitched on it for her birthday too. So I did this blue that's inside the little bubbles, and I got this fly done, this pickup. So this is a full coverage piece. The background is like a dark green and it's fully filled in. The water on the bottom is satin stitched and the called for is linen, and to stitch it like over 2, and then when you do the satin stitch to stitch over 1, well, I'm stitching it on 25 count over 1. So I don't know, that again is future Marissa's problem, what we're gonna do with the water. I might actually just stitch it as cross stitches, because really, if I've already stitched all of that top part and the background of green, is it really gonna kill me to do the fill-in of the water on the bottom? No, it is not. So hopefully we get to there. Okay, well, finishes. All 5 of my finishes are also FFOs. So I had pulled out the ornament issue from last year, so just cross-stitched ornament issue from last year, and I had already finished this one, which is called Red Christmas. It's by Nikki's Creations. Let's see. So it's just, oh man, I usually have such great lighting. Let's see, what if I do this? Anyways, so it's really just a simple little thing. Man, this finishing threw me for a loop. I didn't read the directions. I was just like, I'll just figure this out. And so I made my own cording with Vanna's tutorial and my little fancy doodad. And then I tried to sew these parts into it like before I did the flip, and I don't know, my brain sewed them in wrong. And so then I pulled them out, and then I did it without the cording in it and sewed the diamond and left an opening on the top and an opening on the bottom, and then slid the cord through, and then did like my own, okay. I closed it up with just like basic sewing. And then from the same issue, I did from the Little Stitcher, the Christmas Robin. It's on the same fabric, which was like a 32 count piece of like natural linen that I had. So here is the Christmas Robin. He's so cute. He's been sitting on our tree, and he's supposed to be a gift for somebody, and I don't want to give him away. He's adorable. But he will go. And I just put the date on the bottom. I think I'm going to do like a little tag on the back that has that I stitched it this year and who it's for. And then this is Lady Creates trim. It came in a grab bag that she did, which if you ever see those grab bags on her site, pick them up, because it's an awesome, like perfect amounts of trim for finishing ornaments and small things. Anyways, so he's done. Christmas Robin, really cute, quick little stitch. Okay, then I finished 3 other patterns, which are my patterns. So these are available in my shop, Kissa Creations on Etsy. You can check them out and follow me on my Instagram, which is also Kissa Creations. I designed and finished 2 ornaments and 1 non-ornament. All 3 of these are holiday. I showed my tropical holiday, which is a palm tree on a little island with presents on it. Sort of goes with the first one that I'm going to show you here. It's also finished on the same fabric, which is 32 count Calypso linen from Picture This Plus. So this is Santa Claus. So he's just a little crab wearing his Santa hat, holding a little present. His present is purple. It's stitched in DMC 550, but that is definitely something that you can change. A lot of the little extra elements in my stitches are definitely things that are like, nothing has to be that color. But there's my little Santa Claus. So he's done. I finished the back of him is just a Christmas fabric that I had. It's sparkly on like the silver parts, and then some baker's twine and some homemade cording in red and purple to match with the purple present. The next pattern that I finished for my shop is called Peace, Love, and Christmas. I also finished it in a round. So again, like this, you know, a red mini bus is a red mini bus, but you know, it can be an aqua minibus. It can be Helen D's is going to be green. So there's a lot of different ways to finish this one as well. You could also finish it without the Peace, Love, and Christmas on it and just do the little minibus. You could do it without the wreath in it, which I love and makes it Christmassy bus. Again, same finishing stuff from Lady Creates. It's like a, it's not really a chenille. It's like a, I don't know if you can, you gonna be able to see it? I don't know. It's like a thin little thing with, I don't know. Anyways, it's adorable and it worked perfectly. So this is that 32 count like natural linen that I had. And again, the back is Christmas lights. Okay, so was talking to Helen D about finishing those, and I was like, oh, I don't have like a protractor because my kids aren't in that math yet, and I couldn't figure out what to use as a circle, and so I ended up using the lid to like a cottage cheese container. So seriously, people, like, look around your houses, and also if you have kids and you don't save those plastic containers, you need to start saving them, because we use the lids for like paint, especially, and like, or for yourself. If you paint, those are the best for, like, you can use them and then throw them out, and at least they got one more use out of them. Don't throw those away. Wash those out and use them. The lids are perfect for holding paint because they have the little lip where they, anyways, so these are cottage cheese lid sized ornaments. I like to stitch my models on 32 count. It's not really my go-to fabric normally, but I feel like it's really good for models because you still get the 2 flosses over. It gives you not a giant size like you would if you stitched on 28 count. I'm not a 28 count fan, so I am a 36 count fan and a 40 count fan, but I find that if I design my models to be stitched on that small of fabric, that if somebody doesn't like stitching on higher count fabric and then they try to do it, then their thing's gonna be like so big. So I feel like if I can design for 32 count, then we kind of all live in a happy place size-wise. Because then if you stitch this on 40 count, it's going to be really cute and tiny. I actually think that I'm going to stitch one of these on 40 count just to have it for us. I might stitch it on 40 count without the top part too. I mean, this is going to stay in my collection, I think. But I don't know. I might want another one. The last pattern that I am releasing for this holiday season, and it has already been released, is called You Spin Me Right Round. And it is stitched on, again, 32 count Haunted from Picture This Plus. So it's more blue in real life than it's showing up, because if you've ever tried to photograph Haunted, you know it photographs pretty gray. So it's a little bit bluer. The outlines of the dreidels is charted in $37.99 a toile, which means it's sparkly. Same with the words are charted in Blanc a toile, so are also sparkly, which, yeah, it, you know. So this is just my own little finishing. I didn't do the full-blown flat fold. I just kind of made a little stand for it. This is a trim that I got from the Michaels, at Michaels right now, on the ribbon aisle. On the end cap, they have these packages of trims. It's like small amounts of ribbons. I bought them because my girls wanted to make ribbon dancers out of mason jar lids. So we like tied all the different ribbons onto it, and then they like, you know, do the thing. It makes them happy. But I didn't want to, I purged my ribbon before we moved. That was not something that I brought cross country with us. But, so I haven't like re-established having a bunch of ribbon laying around the house. And I didn't want to buy like 15 different spools of ribbon all at once And so I found these packages of trims and ribbons at Michael's, and it's a good size package, and you get a bunch of ribbon and trim. The black and white themed one had a lot more that I felt like you would really use for like cross stitch finishing versus the colorful one, which had more ribbon, like just more like sparkly ribbon and things like that versus actual trims. Now there were like yellow like dangly ball trim, like big pom-pom trim in it, and obviously like this was not in the black and white one. But anyways, those are a really good grab if you can go into your Michael's. I'm sure they have them online too. I think it was like $10 for the whole package of them, and I feel like they're gonna last for forever. Anyways, so obviously a play on the song "You Spin Me Right Round," and it has dreidels spinning right round, baby, right round. Hi, can I please finish? I know, I see you. Yeah. Okay. Shh. Can I finish talking? Okay, so I just really, really, really want to thank all of you who have already purchased any of my new patterns. It means the world to me. I mean, my kids do like a big hooray if they hear the cash register sound from the Etsy shop, and thank you for making my little ones do a dance. You know, thank you for making them cheer. Also, a huge thank you to those of you who have shared my Instagram posts with my new patterns in them. It absolutely means the world to me. So thank you so much. I definitely appreciate all that you do. Just to get my pattern out in front of other eyes. Every time I release something, I am shocked at how many other people like it other than just me, and then just humbled and happy and appreciative, and like I said, thank you. It makes a huge difference. All those likes and shares and comments and everything like that. I did actually have somebody say that Garrett from Coffee Stitcher, he was saying that there were some cool Hanukkah patterns around and that he didn't know if it was appropriate for him to stitch them. And my opinion may differ a little bit because I come from a family that grew up celebrating both Hanukkah and Christmas. Half of my family is Jewish and half of my family is Christian. And so I grew up with both. I don't know a time that I didn't have both holidays. And my mom always came to my elementary school class to teach kids how to play dreidel and why we play dreidel and what dreidel is all about. And I don't believe that putting Hanukkah decorations up in your house would be considered cultural appropriation. It is definitely another just another celebration that exists during this season. Now, I do think it's important to learn about the culture as you're celebrating it or appreciating it, and I do think that it's cultural appreciation. So I did take from the Chabad website a description of dreidel and what the letters mean on the outside of the dreidel, which mine stitch doesn't have them, they're just spinning tops, but I added that in there. I also added a little bit more history about why children played dreidel, and it is really interesting information, and it's one of those things where it's like, yes, please stitch it, please have it in your home. It's another one of those things that you can appreciate and show unity with, and it's kind of like it shouldn't be weird to show that other holiday during this time. It shouldn't be odd for me to have, now this is not, it just shouldn't be odd. It shouldn't be weird. You should be able to have decorations up for the holidays that happen around this time of year if you appreciate those holidays. If you're just putting it up, I don't know, but who am I to tell you what is what? I am not the be all end all, but I do think that you can have Hanukkah decorations up in your house if you are not Jewish. I don't think that there's a problem there. I see it as a form of alliance, and it makes me really happy. So, that's that. I did finish my first washcloth knitting. It's not perfect, but it's already being loved by my kiddos in the tub. It's been claimed, so it is gone. I'm going to try to do another one, and I need to practice my knitting a little bit more. But right now, and I'm going to talk to you about my plans, it's all ornaments until I get every package sent out that needs to be sent out. That is what we're doing this year for Christmas for everybody. We are doing Christmas ornaments, and I'm stitching them. So then I am finishing, I think it's called Christmas Commute. It's also from the Just Cross Stitch 2019 magazine. And then, so I'm going to finish that one. And then I also purchased 2 new patterns from some other designers. Like I said, this Christmas, again, our focus is, and Hanukkah, our focus is really trying to shop when we can from small businesses, and just trying to help out people who are doing a side hustle, or people who are out of work and now are doing this full time. I was out for a week and a half due to an exposure and COVID, and I'm lucky I had some vacation time and some time to wiggle around with it. But holy cow, if I had been unpaid for a week and a half, we would have been making a big adjustment. So I feel like really supporting smaller businesses right now is super important, just to make people think a little bit differently. So that being said, I am trying to buy more things off of Etsy this year, although like I said, we're doing ornaments. So whether I've designed the pattern or somebody else has, I'm going to be purchasing from my floss from a small business, and my patterns from small businesses as well. And we're supporting somebody's passion, and you're supporting art, and you're supporting what we want to see more of. There are so many cute ornaments this year, but so I know for sure, because I already purchased them, that I'm gonna be stitching. This is Darling Whimsy's Quirky Quicker number 5, the reindeer. And then I am also stitching, so I'm gonna stitch Adventure Awaits and The Mountains Are Calling from Whistle Stop Stitcher. So those are my plans for the next probably, 3 weeks? 34 days until Christmas, 19 days until Hanukkah. Yeah, so definitely going to be stitching on those coming up. And then a little bit of Bienvenue if I have time. But I think really that's the only one of my bigger projects that's going to get worked on right now. I'm just going to be in super Santa's elf mode, making some Christmas and Hanukkah happiness. I think that's it. Again, thank you everybody for purchasing patterns, not just the Christmas ones. I've got some Halloween ones in there too, which I don't know if anybody's still stitching Halloween stitching, although Julie, Kansas City Girl, on November 13th, I think, started and finished Witch Shoes. I think she started one day and then finished it the next day. But easy patterns. Same, this one was like that too, where you could start it one day and finish it the next. It was a little bit more intense. But yeah, these are all really quick stitches and really great little decorations to add. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I hope to see you really soon. I just realized I forgot to do my giveaway for Oh Say Can You See? I don't know where the pattern is. Yes, I do. I do know where the pattern is. Let's see. Let's do this really quick. All right, YouTube comment picker. And this again is for Hands-On Designs. Oh Say Can You See? Hands-On Design? I think Hands-On Design. Oh Say Can You See? And so I am filtering based on the word see, S-E-A. There were 6 people that wanted to stitch that. And the winner is Amy Sanevia. So I'm going to comment on your comment from the last video, and then if you can contact me on Instagram's the easiest way to do that. If you don't have Instagram, then we can talk about it via email. And congratulations, and so happy to pass that stash, and I will see you all next time. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.